Hi everyone, thanks very much for tuning in again. Today we are going to explore some different pattern backgrounds and kind of making your own. I put a call out to all of you either via YouTube, our blog, our Facebook page, etc. to find out what was on your mind and what you are looking to learn and to explore doing. And one of the topics that rose quickly to the top was making your own background paper. And there are a couple of different ways we're going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks, and I hope you enjoy it and keep the ideas coming, because that basically is how we operate, is by sharing topics and ideas. So if you can think of anything that is on your mind, please send me an email, or the contact information is going to be at the bottom of the video. So what we need to get started doing today is gathering some products to help us achieve this background. And we're going to be doing a background today using some inks. And again, it's very quick and it's very easy, and but it can be kind of messy. So the first and foremost, what you want to have is a scratch piece of paper to protect your work surface. And then you're going to need some glossy paper. And this is just the Ink Essentials by Ranger. As you can see, it's just the kind of paper that you would put into your photo printer. So if you've got some of that handy, that's the best paper to use for this technique, because you're going to see when the alcohol inks and the alcohol itself come together, it'll spread a little bit, and it wouldn't do that. It spreads on the glossy paper, whereas with just regular paper, it's just going to soak in. But it will not do that with the alcohol paper. So what we're going to need are some inks, and for this technique I usually use a minimum of 3 inks, and the reason why is because you want to have the different colors be able to pop, but you want the colors to be able to mesh and work well together. So what we're going to do today is use 3 colors that are really representative of a summer kind of scene. And as you can see, I've kind of played with it already. You see that I've got some yellow on me. So I'm using the Tim Holtz Adirondack Brights, and the ones that we're using today are Sunshine Yellow, Sunset Orange, and Citrus. And for this technique, what I would recommend doing, and that just seems to be the best in terms of outcome, is going from lightest to darkest. So the other, to really make the magic happen, is the alcohol. So I've just popped just a little bit of alcohol, and actually I may pour a little bit more in here, because the alcohol is really the what makes the alcohol spread out, or for the inks to spread out. Excuse me. Then you're going to need some felt foam applicators and what I use is a Tim Holtz applicator. So I'm sure you can see that this has been getting some action. It's got some marks on it already. I use it quite a bit, whether it's for the distress pads, or distress inks, or for the alcohol inks. So we're going to be using those, and I would recommend that you have one for each color, because you don't want them to blend together. Then what I do is I like to adhere my glossy paper to the scratch paper, because I don't want it to move around a lot. Even though the technique is a very sporadic technique, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute, it's just easier for me to have it adhered. So I'm using the Tombow removable adhesive for this. So I'm going to apply that to the back of my glossy paper and just set it down. Now again, this whole technique happens really quickly. So be ready and prepared to go, and it dries very quickly too. So put your felt on top of or adhere it to your applicator, and then what I do is I add the alcohol ink first, and then I add a little bit of the alcohol itself. So open it up, and be very careful, because in practicing again for this video, I thought it was going to be cool and just be able to spread it all out there, and I got it on my paper. And again, without the alcohol to make the magic happen, it just sits there. So, and again, sorry that the camera's bumping up and down. So I use anywhere between, 3, 6, depending upon what brightness or what color contrast, that I'd like, how intense I want the color. So completely up to you. So add your ink, and don't forget to put the top back on because it will go all over the place. And then instead of pouring the alcohol itself directly onto the applicator, I just take my finger and I mix it in. Maybe once, maybe twice. Let's do 2 times today. And then all you're going to do is take it and you're going to move it around your piece of paper in any kind of order you want. So let's just get started. And as you can see, once it hits the paper, you're seeing that it's spreading out. Just kind of spider webbing a little bit, or whatever we want to call it. But you get the idea of what I'm talking about. So just go ahead and spread that out all over your paper. Do it in any kind of pattern you would like. As you can see from what I'm doing here, the more pressure that I apply, the wider that the coverage goes. And so right now I'm doing a little bit lighter, so we have smaller blotches. Okay. And you may use it, again, depending upon, you may use this, go back to your yellow if, after you get done with the other colors, that you see that it's not bright enough for you, and that's fine. So I usually just set it aside before I throw it away. And sometimes, if it's like the sponge applicators, which I'm talking about, these I use a lot for the distress inks. I've tried it with this and it just doesn't have the same effect. So again, I save these when I'm done. I have them marked. I know which color I've used for the distress ink. So I just kind of save those in a little Ziploc bag so they're not getting all over the place, but yet I still have them. So we're going to go to our next color. Again, going from lightest to darkest. This is the one in the middle, which would be the sunset orange. Open it up and again apply however much you like. Put your top back on. Then add your alcohol. And the alcohol is going to make it spread out when you apply it. So, I'm just going to apply that on top of the yellow that we put down. And sometimes you may have to just add some additional ink to it if it's not getting the desired coverage that you'd like. And the thing I do is I like to make sure that the corners are really well done, even though you may end up trimming some of it off. Okay, so now we have some yellow, we have some orange. Take that off and add our third applicator with our third color, which is the citrus. I always have music playing off in the background or some kind of DVD, but I didn't think you wanted to really listen to a movie today. So I chose Pandora. One of my favorites. I always have to have something playing in the background because just kind of like that whenever I create, or even when I work, just during my regular job, during the day, is I have to have something in the background to keep my mind going, even though I'm still fully engaged. I just need it as a distraction. So, our last color, green. And I love this color green. And kind of the goal for all of this is to make it all come together. We don't want any white space left. So this again is where you're putting all the colors together, but there may be, at the end of this, you may say, gosh, I've got too much green or I've got too much orange. I want to add some more yellow. And that's fine. It's completely up to you because you know what? This is your card. This is your background. And you are in control, my friend. And if you're anything like me, you kind of like that. So I'm going to add a little bit more green. Seems like I did not add enough. Okay. Just add a little bit of alcohol here because we still have a lot that is on the ink felt applicator. So here we go, just adding. Coming together nicely, I think. I hope you like it. Again, really quick, really easy, and you don't really need to do much. And what's nice about using the glossy paper is that it dries so quickly. And but what I usually like to do is, after I'm completely done, is let it sit for just a minute before I put the rest of the card together. So I'm just going to pull this up, show you. And there's a little bit of white space, but what I would do is I'd go back with some orange or some yellow and fill that in. But I want to show you the finished project to the card, for the card, excuse me. Here we go. So again, wanted something really sunshiny, something bright. This is going to a great friend of mine who lives out of town, and I have not seen for a couple of years, and just wanted to let her know I'm thinking about her. So, as you can see, there's the background that we created. Just added some stamps. I always like to add dimension and layers to mine, so this actually is Marby yellow cardstock, a white layer, and then our image that we created, and then the stamping, coloring, added a couple of flowers for because some are bright colors, and then some yellow gemstones. That is it for the technique, and what I want to suggest to you is that now try this out yourself, see what you think about it, but also use, we're getting into, dare I say it, the fall season is upon us, and then the next thing you know, the holidays will be here. So again, Tim Holtz carries a lot of different colors and a lot of different inks, and I really like the color choices. And if we're going to do a different technique, the polished stone, which you'll probably want your memento, refills, because we use that. But for this product or for this technique, we're really going to focus in on all the alcohol-based inks. And there's some great colors. I can't wait to do some more projects with it, especially as the fall comes up, and we've got Halloween, we've got Thanksgiving, and then of course Christmas. But I want you to keep your comments coming, your ideas coming. I will do my absolute best to make sure that I get to your requests and answer your questions. And so I think you're going to be happy with some of the techniques that we're going to be rolling out in the next couple of weeks. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.